Surprise, surprise, Mr. Busted X. You can't call yourself Busted Tweets anymore, but he's back.
Busted X.
Stevie P had to tag you in the way WWE tagged the CM Punk in. He's back. Did you see it made a lot of a splash, just like Milan Fiorentina did a lot of splash.
Man.
And the Partita Scudetto made a lot of splash.
CM Punk, it's what? Randy Orton? Who's the guy he's up against now? The big debacle. I don't know.
No, yeah, he just showed up. Everybody hates him. It is what it is, but we're here to talk about, obviously, barely got away, and just like the picture said it. Thank God for Magic Mike. We're gonna talk about it, but Serie A. We have some questions. Tomorrow's game, and hopefully by this time that they're counting the votes for Stevie P, that he's getting voted in as I want to call him president. He says he's going to be a board administrator.
Well, I mean, he would actually have votes behind the name.
So see, it is important. I try to buy some votes, but they
democratically elected, unlike other presidentes, we know.
Stay tuned. And on that note, let's get to the show. Oh, no, hold on. I got the wrong video. Here we go.
Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Milan fans all over the world, with your hosts, Vinny T and Stevie P.
Benvenuti nella casa Giro in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Coast to coast del numero 19.
Leao carica il boccino.
Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Cari amici sportivi, welcome to another edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast, where we talk everything Milan. They barely got away, Milan, and they thank God for Magic Mike, Milan. Vinny T and Busted Yann is here. He's making his big return. He's working for the government, top secret stuff. You're working for the CIA of the Canadian government, right? With our two helicopters and our one battleship.
We just deal with, we're like Rocky and Bullwinkle. I don't know if anybody knows that. We deal with bacon, bagels, and hockey. The only things we're good at.
Very nice, very nice. And on that note, people asking, yes, Stevie P, if you didn't hear, right now they're counting the votes. They're counting the votes. He's trying to get voted on to, they're counting at one by one. To the local CSRDP board, hopefully makes it on, and the best of luck. We will let you know. Hopefully he makes it. He's with all the little local soccer stuff he does on the channel. What we're able to provide to would it be donations? Would it be that time to send that the kids team for a tournament?
It's time to hit the subscribe button. Fabio saying.
What button is that? Now is your term. So go ahead, Yann. Tell the people what they need to do.
You got to go to the YouTube page of Milan Weekly Podcast and you got to click subscribe. Please, it helps. Just click subscribe. That little thumbs
ding,
up. There you go. Well, maybe that little bell will go on Pioli's head tomorrow when he makes a change at the right time. But yeah, that little thing, just go there, please. It means a lot, please. Yeah.
And as we were saying, Stevie P, it's like the CSRDP is like the FIGC. There needs to be change. And we shall get into that change because you do have some busted tweets for us. And we're going to be calling out our beloved Serie A. But until then, Yann. All right. So, look, I think we were all a little weary before this game started.
For sure.
And, looking at my comments to the guys at the bar was like, but who else did you want to put on? And how did you feel looking at the starting lineup the way it was going to start?
Look, are we still talking about, oh my God, these are the guys we have to start? It's been the same story for the last couple of years. We have injuries. I don't know, fire the medical staff, make sure they eat their vitamins, get Hulk Hogan in there. I don't know what you got to do, but we get injuries. Our bench has gotten better, but some of them are getting hurt too. I didn't understand the signing of the poor guy that's there in the middle there. I don't know why he's on this team, Jovic. But anyway, we'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've come accustomed to these brick and brack teams. We've had better lineups and lost. We got the result that we needed. Was it pretty? Absolutely not. Oh my God, it was gross. But look, Fiorentina coming into this was a team that was kind of showing a little fire. They were playing well. Jack was on fire. Italiano ball was going. I'll take the victory.
And how do you explain it though? Like Fiorentina been playing good, and it just seemed like this game. Yes, they had their chances. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like
who gave them those chances? By the way, the MVP of the game. He made up for it at the end, but he wasn't his best at some points. Maybe about 15, 20 minutes. Had they capitalized on some of those giveaways, it'd be a 3-1 loss right now.
But
so we got away with
Pulisic had a couple of.
He did. He kicked it straight in the middle. That's unfortunate.
But in the end, I know Sonny put Musa here in the middle, but I think he was playing more on the right than Reindeers. I don't know.
At least he wasn't playing right back this time, so that's at least they improved on that. Good deal.
The big news out of this one. Okay, so look, we like to repeat ourselves very, very often. The history books are gonna say 3-0, 3 punti, 1-0 win. To me, it was the right call on the penalty. Mike stood on his head. Supposedly, Yann played with 101-degree fever. Is that even possible? Like in this day and age, you have 101-degree fever. If he did do it, wow.
I mean, the only ever time I've heard of people doing that was back in the days of Maurice Richard and Howie Morenz and these players like that. So if he did do that, kudos to him. But honestly, with Sportiello as a backup, I don't. He doesn't have to do these crazy things. He made a great save at the end. He saved the whole game.
Sportiello that is injured. Remember?
Yes, he's injured. Oh, sorry. He's one of the 6. Sorry.
He's one of the 6.
I guess I guess you got to play when it's Mirante. Yeah. So big props to Mike on that one.
Vinny Mancini from Patreon. This is a big thing. We grabbed the 3 points and gained up the top 2 teams. Not a great game, but it was exactly what we needed with the 11 that we had. Magic Mike, a flu game, they're calling it. If you had to name, I guess you did put your flop as Teo. Is really your flop Teo in this one? Or would you have to go with Jovic? And
I would have to go with Jovic because for me personally, Teo, I mean, I understand I'm not a father, but people tell me it's very difficult. I could imagine he's having a hard time. He's not looking himself. The formation and the players around him are changing slightly. Not so much the formation, but the way the players are playing. So he has to be a bit more responsible. He's showing some brain farts, but still scored the goal that he had to score. No, Jovic, for me,
he did have that pass to Teo. So here's the question from Gio. He's going, question is Jovic's time at Milan already done? It's hard to say because look, Steve said panic buy. Remember, I think we're saying that
it was because Taremi, they were playing a dollar store buyout with Porto. They didn't want to spend the Ciceri to get Taremi. So
is he on loan? I think he is on loan.
Jovic, yeah. I think what happens is Fiorentina pays a part and we pay a part because he still belongs to Real Madrid. We're just paying a salary.
Makes sense. But, again, that pass, he's the one that made it. I don't know. So how about your top of the game? I don't want to get into the Francesco Gamarda after, but how about your top of the game? You got to think about it.
I liked what I saw from Pulisic at some points. To me, it wasn't really that there was one player that really stood out until Mike made that miraculous save at the end where he kind of, he saved the game over there. But I wouldn't give him player of the game either because he had some brain farts throughout the game. Now he had a flu, whatever. These guys, regardless of how bad medical system is at Milan right now, Milanello, they have top care. I mean, you're going to be getting an injection of something to play through the game. So the flu, to me, it's whatever. Yeah, Pulisic.
Magic Mike for me, man.
Magic Mike, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would say Magic. I guess you're right because of that save. He saved himself. But it wasn't one of those games where I've seen Mike be the MVP and oh my God, he was like on all game. He did what he had to do. Luckily, like I said, Fiorentina didn't capitalize on those mistakes or else we'd be looking at it differently. And it's always like that, right? if you don't get burned, you don't get burned. And he made an incredible save. So yeah, I agree with you. Man of the match.
Monday morning quarterbacking, right? And
Yeah, Jamie, it was a free transfer, but we're paying half his salary. So look, I'm really disappointed in him because this is your chance. You're not going to get many of them with a guy like Giroud around and Okafor, right? This is your chance. And you're right, Vinny. There was some points in the first half where I'm like, he's not playing too bad. He didn't seem like that pylon. But as the game kept going on, he became more of that Dion Phaneuf, I'm a pylon in the middle of nowhere. And he was just not contributing anything. And to me, it's like, I don't want to hate on guys. This is their job and everything. And I know he's not going through a good time, but this is your chance. You had the chance to at least show some worth to anybody else, and you blew it. So, too bad for him.
Jim was saying that he was smiling when Francesco Camarda. There was a lot of both sides of opinions on this one about, do you bring him on? The decision of having him on the bench, is it too much pressure? My thoughts were, okay, it's something big. Well, big. It's something, 15 years old. What, he's turning 16 in March. Donnarumma was put on at 16, I believe. Now, Camarda is not, the next coming of Christ. He was our best option in La Primavera.
Neither was Donnarumma. I'm sorry. He wasn't the next coming of Christ either. He wasn't Buffon when he came in.
No, but I'm saying is like to decide. Mihajlovic had put him on because we had no choice, if I remember correctly.
But yeah, Lopez got hurt, and our goaltending situation was pretty dire there at that point. I mean, look, Camarda, say what you will, the guy scored at the kid has scored at every level that he's played. He didn't do much in this game. There was just one point where I saw something in him where he went after the defenseman to try and get the ball, and he showed some hustle, which is more than I've seen from guys that wore the Milan shirt, like Luis Adriano, or not the kid, the guy who got from Russia, or Matri the second time, or even Jovic. Like, I saw something from a 15-year-old. Now, is he going to be the next Roberto Baggio? I don't know. I just wanted to point out one thing here, Jamie. Pioli isn't helping Jovic by subbing him in for a 15-year-old. Jamie, you have to sub in the guy at some point. What are you going to sub him in for?
I think
that's not hurting Jovic. I mean, Jovic hurts himself. He doesn't need anybody else to hurt him.
I just think the argument is putting him on like that on his debut in a 1-0 game. Now, what I did enjoy, what I did like seeing is that he came on, and as he heard his name, you saw that smile. But within that second, it's game time, which I like. I
like that
professionalism from a 15-year-old kid. So I don't know. Do you think I don't think he stays on the first team when everybody comes back.
No, but at a 1-0, when you have a 1-0 lead after playing the way you've been playing, Pioli did show some confidence in the kid. You have a 1-0 lead against a team that's been scoring goals. You could just sub Jovic out for another midfielder, another center back, another defender.
Oh, Adley.
You put a 15-year. No, but you know what I'm saying? You put in a 15-year-old who, again, didn't do anything spectacular, but didn't look out of place either. And I'm not saying he's going to go in and replace Immobile or any of these other scraps that we have as the national team scorer right now. Even though Immobile for Lazio seems to score, I don't understand why he can't do it for Italy. But I'm not saying that's what this kid's going to be.
But Jovic,
but there's still something there. I mean, to say, Pioli doesn't like kids. He put on a kid at a 1-0. If the Camarda goes on and makes a brain fart like Musa did the week before, what's that going to do for the kid's legacy? And we tie 1-1. Mike also made this,
But then you got a guy like Jovic, is that you come on having an opportunity with Giroud out. You're having Fiorentina and Frosinone next as opponents. You're not facing
your ex-team. Your ex-team, huh? And almost the stars were aligning. You're playing against the guys that said, "Nah, you're not good enough for us."
So in the end, what Gio's question was, is this time done? If he continues like this, is he part of the Champions League team?
I believe he is. But look, is his time done? If Giroud gets hit by a bus tomorrow, his time's not done. If Camarda gets has to go enlist in the military,
You-
his time's not done.
You're
know what
sounding
I-
like Cairo that he spoke about the Bologna 2 Torino 0. He goes, abbiamo giocato bene until they scored. You see, that's what you just said. You know, if he gets hit by a bus, you know, it's going to change.
I'm inspired by the new man that's going to lead the worst Scudetto defenders ever back to glory, Walter Mazzari. I like to make these very poignant.
But nobody's talking
Quotes.
about that. We're gonna get to that into the Serie A recap after with the football.
Oh, they're back. They're back. They're automatically better than the Galacticos that won 5 Champions Leagues in a row in the 1950s. With they're back. They're back.
Thank you for and Steve's gonna have so much fun with these Mazzariisms and the what did he
Mazzari,
say?
hey, I'm happy for the guy. Happy for him. I think he's gonna fail, but happy for him. Good for him.
We will definitely talk about that. Your predictions for tomorrow, Yann. We got
Milan win 3-1. Let's go.
3-1.
3-1. We're all gonna think that we're gonna win the Champions League, and then we're gonna lose to Frosinone. That's my prediction. All right, there we go.
And how about already fights in Paris and Newcastle? There is already some scuffles going around. What do you think happens in that game?
2 garbage cities, garbage game, 1-1.
We missed you, buddy. We missed you. So, you know what? We're going to do a bit of Serie A recap. We're going to go back to the Patreon questions, take a look at the Serie A fantasy, who, you know, in the Serie A fantasy football. Let's see who's there, number 10 spot. But on that note, let's have a look. And this Serie A recap is brought to you by Fubo TV, your home for all things Serie A here in Canada. And for all you Italian Canadians who want to watch it in Italian, you could put it in Italian. If your nonno, your zio, your father can't control the computer, put it in the audio, they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Week 13.
Madonna. Look at that first game.
Salernitana 2, Lazio 1. Strasbourg Steve, he's losing his mind. Who goes to score a screamer against
Candreva?
What is going
Do you
on?
know, I was looking this up. You know who has the record for most assists in Serie A history? It's Antonio Candreva.
For most assists? Seriously?
Most assists, yeah.
He was always a good assist man. But what is going on with Lazio?
So last 2 weeks ago, I threw the question out on Twitter when Pioli was making crap pie out of shitty ingredients. Would you swap Sarri for Pioli?
Excuse me, Yann. I forgot.
We cannot swear. Oh, sorry. E trombone. Would you swap Sarri for Pioli? Straight swap. Lotito gets 2 Big Macs and a junior chicken as well.
So he's getting a coach and 2 Big Macs and a junior chicken.
2 Big Macs.
I can't judge him on his Lazio performance because it's just what would you just do? Balloons there?
I did nothing. I don't know. I just went 2. I don't know.
All right. No, I straight swap. No, I would need a bit more than that. But Lazio not looking good, man.
You need them to send a Whopper back, like a Burger King Whopper on the way back for the two. No, you swap. Jamie would swap. See, Jamie would swap.
My first response would have been yes, because you know the attacking, the pressing of Vasari. But I don't know. I just. Do it.
Okay, attacking and pressing. Lazio can't score. He has done a good job with Romagnoli and made the defense look a lot better. I'll give him that much. But they can't score. They can't do anything.
First win in Serie A. Lazio, we're going to take a look after the tables how badly they've fallen. And it was one of the surprises.
They're almost going faster down than Hitler did.
Jesus Christ. Atalanta, Napoli. And Mazzari was sweating on this one. Because until the end there, I thought it was going to stay at 1-1, but Napoli pulled it through 2-1.
It's because he has given them conviction again. That's what I was reading. He's a man you want to follow. I don't know. You look at a guy like Walter Mazzari, the only time you want to follow him is when you're behind them at Bonanza, waiting to get discounted fruit. He does not look like a man that I would want to work for unless it was 1952 Italy. But hey, North American Napoli fans are like, let's go. This guy, I want to follow him. But look at these guys. They got to vote between Biden, Trump, and the other geriatrics. So I understand that for them, it's something that they want to look forward to. A guy like Walter Mazzari. But let's be honest, guys. The guy's lost.
It's
A
it's
step.
a 6
He was
month
never
thing.
that great. It's a 6-month thing. It's a nice romantic story. ADL can make a nice little movie about it after. Sell a little, like, little Hallmark movies at the end. But I don't see it happening. However, Napoli still has, what do they have? They have talent. So
That they do. And remember that, guys, Yann does not care about what you think about him or his opinions. He just shoots
No.
from the hip.
my
Uh,
opinions are my own. They do not belong to anyone over here. So if you have to hound anybody on Twitter, you can hound me. Thank you.
Cagliari, Monza 1-1. Then Frosinone beating Genoa 2-1. And looking at the other ones,
Isn't it ironic that the best team in Lazio right now is Frosinone?
ironic
In
it is.
form, the way that they're playing.
In form, yes, in
Yeah,
form.
very good team.
Sassuolo pulling out the win, and Sassuolo, they haven't. We've been talking about with Steve. It's like you always expect that Sassuolo to be a ball buster every single year,
Yep.
right? And quasi over here, but getting the job done. But remember, Serie A is boring. Yann, there's not a lot of goals. It's
We'll
a
get
lot
to
of
that. It's the
practice.
third game on this sheet. We'll get to the boring
Okay,
part.
okay, got it. So Sassuolo with a big win, 4-3 at Empoli. Roma, Udinese. And Udinese, they just beat Milan. Yann, it just seems to. And it was 1-1, I believe, and then Dybala had scored. And Roma, look, didn't start very, very good. But do you think they have what it takes to
No.
gelling?
No.
Even with their players back?
I don't have any confidence in that goaltender, in that defenders, and their midfield. I don't know what Mourinho's doing to restrict one of their better ones, like Lorenzo Pellegrini. I like Aouar. I don't know how to say that name. Sorry, Aouar. I like that guy, but too many injury-prone guys, too many guys that don't have a lot of consistency. Look, Lukaku's going to score goals, and Dybala, when he's healthy, is a good player. I just don't think they're going to be a top 4 team. Okay. Maybe Europa League, but I don't see them as top 4 at all.
Okay, so it is still week 13, as I said in the description of the video. Then it came.
Do you have the advertisement for NyQuil or something that's a sedative?
Unfortunately,
this cannot be the title race.
This is Il Partita Scudetto, Yann. This was all over the newspapers. This will determine the Scudetto winner.
And then the poor guys, they couldn't even take a shower after the game in a modern stadium in Italy. Imagine that. Imagine that. Che vergogna.
Limone says that Padrone at Torino, it was us, but in the end it was a 1-1. Allegri is probably happy with this result. I think this result was good for.
It was great for us.
Yeah,
it was great for us. But man, Limone, 3rd year running, you have the best team in Italy. I don't care how many Champions League finals you lose to Pep Guardiola. You're making Pioli a legend. You made Spalletti a legend. Who are you going to make a legend this year? You have the best team in Italy. The fuck is wrong with this guy?
They were nice.
People have to tell me that he's a great coach. A great coach with that team would have won. Milan should not have won. They should have still beat over Inter. Over Napoli, excuse me. I don't know. It's going to be another year that it looks like they're poised to win the Scudetto, and Limone is going to piss it away to a vecchia puttana over here, and we're going to be stuck watching Allegri talk about Corto Muso and all that shit. So, unfortunately, or fortunately, 1-1, but very boring game. I was expecting a lot more, and I turned it off pretty much around the 60th minute, 70th minute. It was pretty boring.
So you just gave up, and anyways, I
had better things to do with my life. I had better things to do with my life.
Look, for all the newspapers saying La Partita Scudetto se comincia a Torino, and we're going to see the Scudetto race, even though there's 25 games left in Serie A.
Yeah, it's the first time since 2019 that these two teams are playing a game that they're in the title race at the same time. That's why. And they own the media in Italy, so of course.
And Serie A finishing off today, Verona Lecce 2-2, and Bologna taking the 3 points 2-0. Thiago Motta not joking around, and I know Sonny.
He's up and coming.
There's a 21 points because Bologna are 18. To put them 3 points ahead. They're there 21 points ahead of Atalanta and Fiorentina. So this is the way it looks right now: 32, 30, 26, 24. So 8-point difference between first and fourth. But looking at even the bottom part there, Yann, you think these bottom teams will change by, I don't know, maybe the next 5-6 weeks?
Bottom meaning like from Sassuolo down or
From
where?
Udinese down. 3 points different.
Udinese should move up a little bit, I think. Lecce would probably come down, in my opinion. Frosinone too eventually is going to slow down, I have a feeling. So I would see Udinese and possibly Sassuolo going a bit higher, but Cagliari, Empoli, Verona, Salernitana, one of you is surviving and the other three is going back to Serie B, to the abyss.
Let me ask you, Steve, a couple of times, 13 weeks in, who's your biggest surprise, positive surprise, or is your most shocking surprise after 13 weeks?
So shocking surprise is Napoli being fourth. I really expected them to be a lot better, even with
more than Lazio.
Actually, that's a good shout. You know what?
Because nobody's going to talk about the worst Scudetto defense.
Yeah, you're right. Because Napoli maybe would have been maybe third at this point. Actually, maybe tied with second. Lazio, I would have seen them at least in where Fiorentina. Yeah, but it's only 3 points. I don't know. I had more expectations from Napoli than I did from Lazio. I think Lazio losing SMS, Immobile is a year older, Provedel, the magic year is done, Romagnoli, the magic year is done. They still have losers like Hisage that play, so I didn't expect them to be that. Like maybe I expected them to be at 19 points, let's say. But Napoli, they still have that roster. It's really shocking what like a bad. Not a bad coach. Maybe he's not a bad. He's better than me as a coach, but he was just a wrong pick, and he ruined something that team. I'm sorry, like we laugh at them, and I have a good team. They have a good team, Napoli. So I'm kind of surprised that the games that they lost, because they didn't have a schedule like Milan to start the year, and they lost some games against teams that I was very surprised that they lost. Lazio it's their lack of scoring, but I understand you're missing SMS. That's a big part of your team. So I understand they're going to take a step back. It shows. You know what I mean? So all they can hope for is maybe making to the next round of Champions League and getting some of that extra money that Lotito is going to spend on hamburgers instead of on their transfer market. And then we'll see where they end up the year after. And then the surprise for me would have to be, seeing Roma in 5th place is surprising. But no, Fiorentina. Fiorentina being in 7th place, tied with Atalanta, is a nice surprise. I like that.
Didn't do. And looking at Frosinone and Monza, still there at 18 points each.
That's true. That's a good shout.
Impressive on that one.
Palladino and yep.
And on that note, recap was brought to you by Fubo TV, your home for all things Serie A here in Canada, and Serie A fantasy. Ciao, Peter. From Patreon, still there, number 1. We have Chicken Cardinale in 3rd place. Young New Wave, that was Young Hong Lee there. Chuch FC in 10th place. How are you doing in your Fantacalcio, Yann?
Oh, and the one with the boys, I keep tying. Had another tie this week. I thought I was going to get somewhere with Pinamonti scoring, but I only tied because the guy I was playing against, Massimo, he's a Roma fan, and he left Mancini on the bench because he keeps getting him cards, and then he scored. So had he left him in, he would have beat me 2-1. But luckily, I tied. I keep tying games, so I'm pulling a lot right now.
Yeah. All right, Mike. No, you didn't meet Buster X. It's gonna be himself.
No, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. So,
but I need more, guys. I need more material. I have 3 this week. I didn't get that many. So
look, you're gonna tell everybody.
People are being careful. People are being careful. They're all being like, I
just want to make sure we're not offending anybody. Guys, remember that Presidente almost made it on the busted tweets. Did you not put him on once?
Yeah, I think so.
Ryan Percy on Patreon. Hey guys, we'll take the win, but it wasn't pretty. Let's do a tough experiment. Chelsea is a dumpster fire right now. Way worse than us. If Pochettino gets sacked, would you want him at AC Milan? Would he be an upgrade to Pioli? From Ryan Percy.
No, I mean, seems like a nice guy. Maybe.
Would it be an upgrade? Would it be an upgrade? We got to talk about Pochettino at.
He's not the first name that comes to mind for me. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I think he would be $1 for $1.25, maybe. But what would make an upgrade? Like what he did at Tottenham, but now he's got.
What did he do at Tottenham?
Won a couple of games.
Okay, good.
I'm not so sure it's maybe because of the EPL experience, but then again, what is that?
Guys, these names that like if I'm gonna pay that much money for someone's fine, as if it's my money, it's Jerry's money and all the shareholders. If they're gonna pay that much money for somebody's contract, because Pochettino, having coached several big clubs in the EPL, I'm sure he's used to a certain salary, right? He's not gonna come here for $2.5 million. Euros and get mugged on his way to the train station in Milan. No, he's not going to do that. So I think I would I don't know, like if I'm going to spend heavy dollars on somebody, I want to bring a guy that I know is going to win the league. And as much as I don't love him as a coach, I would take Conte right away.
We had a few discussions there the other time about Conte, and the debate was like
rotation of players. Because I'm firmly believing that the way that the new management is going, they're changing they're going to be changing style of play. They're going to be changing the way this team plays. It's a transition year, win or lose for Pioli, staying till the end of the year. They're going to make their evaluation at the end. But the new guys that they signed this summer are not the guys that we had before. And I see guys transitioning out like Leao, Teo, Mania. They're going to be moving towards a different type of team. So I would go with the guy that you know is going to give you the best chance of winning in Italy, and that would be either Conte or you bring back that balding guy, Cortomuso, Allegri. Because those are the only two options you have if you want to win. Because you're not going to get that idiot Spalletti.
Klopp from Liverpool. Throw a special.
Yeah, okay, guys, but we're not at that level yet. Klopp, the Peps, these guys, they're going to come when we have our stadium. We have a few years. We got the money's coming in. We're nice, and they can spend on their money. I don't see that right now. Let's see the stadium being built. My dream would have been De Zerbi because he was Milanista and he grew up with us, but it looks like Real Madrid's going to make a big bid for him. So Pochettino, I don't know, man. Like it seems risky to bring a guy in like that because it's going to cost you money. And then if it doesn't work out, you're going to have to keep paying him. And who are you going to bring in? We're going to have our own Walter Mazzarri. We're going to get some loser like Bonetta to come in. And that's it. No offense. Loved you on the bench when we won those Champions League, Bonetta. Thank you for not playing.
Yes.
But I don't know. Like, it's a tough call. Honestly, I would go for Conte if I was going to go all in. And that's coming from someone that's not a big Conte fan, personally. Yeah. Not my style of coach, but results matter. He gets the results.
You know, Lab Grill says a third of the season is over. I feel confident that our squad is strong enough for top four. But do you think a solid run at the second star is dependent on our championship campaign ending, or do you think the squad and manager can cope with both, especially taking into account the current injury rates? That's a good question. Like, do you think,
if you want the second star, make it to just the next round of Champions League and punt it at that point. Get that extra 40 million and punt it if you really want the second star. Personally, I don't think we have a chance at the second star. We've dropped too many points. I know it's early in the season, but the differential there, the things that we have to do to make that up, and the points that have to be dropped by other teams that are playing in better form, I'd rather just say, F the second star right now and go all in for the Champions League. That's what Milan's all about anyway. There's been Ancelotti teams that have just punted the Scudetto to keep trying to go to Champions League and lost in the final.
True.
That's our thing, guys.
I still think
Scudetto's secondary.
I still think Inter is going to have a dip because
I don't think so.
10 years,
Inter's a good team, man.
Yeah, in the last 10, 15 years, when was the last season you remember a team not taking a dip other than last year with Napoli? Wouldn't not really take a dip.
I mean, if you include COVID, Milan was one of those teams. We didn't take a dip. There was a break in play, but we didn't take a dip for an end of a season till almost 3/4 of another season, and we still finished second in this in the title race. But Inter isn't dipping. I agree with Mike, and I find it hard if Inter dip even one game. They're a team because they're so obsessed with us that they have to be better because they know they're inferior. They're so obsessed with that second star that they're going to punt the Champions League before we do, just to win that second star.
I don't want them
to have the inferiority complex. You see it when you meet them at the bar. I love Francis. It's like talking to a special needs kid. It's not the same. They're not the same as us, my V. So you know that they're jealous. They want that second star. It's going to make them feel, yeah, we did it. We beat our cousins. And then what? Okay, just let them. They're going to punt it. They have the team to beat us. They have the better team, and there's no denying that. They have the better team, and they've dog-walked us, 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row?
Last time we beat them when I was in Italy for the derby.
Yeah. So go back to Italy, Vinny.
Okay,
let's do
a
fundraiser.
Join Patreon and help Vinny get back to
help Milan get back to winning ways in the derby.
And finally, Vinny Mancini, as an Italian Canadian, you'd think I would be excited of a Canuck possibly leading our front line. Well, I'm not. Do you think Jonathan David is a good investment for our management to make? Can he possibly address our striker issue? I would rather we avoid David struggling for another year and then make a massive investment in 2025 on a proven number 9. Wages may be the issue, but it's what we need to take the next step. Thanks again, and Forza Milan. Jonathan David has been spoken about.
Vinny,
what are you doing?
I don't know.
What are these effects?
The camera's doing effects.
Since when?
I don't know.
Is this your
update to my MacBook? I don't know if it's doing that.
It is your MacBook. Look, there's no effects here.
Oh, so cool.
Jonathan David.
I think he's gonna be a bust.
Why, Mr. Positivity?
Because first thing, he's born in New York State,
but he's a Canuck.
And
it's like Chris Jericho. He's born in New York, but
States. Yeah, whatever. I don't know, man. You can't trust those New Yorkers. No, just joking, Fabio. I love you, but I just don't think he's gonna cut it. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that we sign him and he's amazing and he makes goal scoring babies with Leao all week long and all day long with Pulisic and everything. But I don't see it happening.
Okay, so what's your price? What's your acceptable price the way he's playing right now?
20 million.
20 million is good.
20
By the
million.
way, you're so negative that even when you show thumbs up, it rains. It's like a cloud of rain.
No, I'm not negative. I don't think that this kid is. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think it's
that's his WhatsApp effect. How do you? He's not WhatsApping. He's StreamYarding.
I'm StreamYarding.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Those were the questions from Patreon.
I don't know. You guys really think? Do you think Leo? I don't know. I don't trust this kid. I don't know. Is it maybe because I don't think a Canadian could be good at scoring goals and Serie A? I don't know. Well, he's American, but yeah, he plays for Canada.
He plays for Canada. So Fabio wants to do 2 thumbs up. If you do 2 thumbs up, what happens? Nothing. Fabio, you guys are your Mac people. I don't know these Mac things. Your iOS 17 point something. He gives you all these emojis. Anyways, don't tell Steve would have fun with these emojis. That's for sure. All right, Yann. So let's close this one off. What are you doing now? Jesus Christ.
Trying to see. No. All right. Well, let's move on.
So first, before we get into the busted, how do people send you stuff, Mr. Yann?
I prefer fax. Honestly, if you can fax me the tweets, take a screen print and fax it to me. No, honestly, like if
CC
you
Presidente on the way.
If you use social media, if you're in the chats, if you're in any of the chats that we're in, just tag me in the chat, send it to me DM. Take a screenshot sometimes and send it to me because some people get all finicky and they delete their stuff. But there's many ways to join me. There's Busted Calcio. There's the Milan Club, the chat. There's the Patreon chat. You can send it to Vinny. You can send it by carrier pigeon to Presidente. You can even send it in a Montreal bagel all the way to Fabio. If you want, you can even transmit it into the McDonald's Wi-Fi that Gio is using every time he's on the podcast. And even at that, you can send it on the short bus with all the Inter fans to my house. And I will get all the Busted Calcio.
And if Frank doesn't have Twitter, how does he reach you?
So Frank Frank's gonna have to take a Polaroid picture of his cell phone and then mail it to me. That's the only way I'll accept it from Frank. Thank you, Frank.
So that's how you reach Busted Calcio. And please, guys, Yann is a big boy. Henny could speak for himself. So Yann is always going to be my friend. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. But if you think that if Yann says something, that it's coming from all of the Milan Weekly podcast family, come on, guys.
No.
How many times have Fabio and us argued with Gio coast to coast? We argued, we're men, and then we move on.
But also, guys, don't you have anything better to do with your two opposable thumbs than argue with me? Come to the bar, tell me off, have a beer, let's have a shot, and we're good.
It's been a while.
You know what else you can do with those things? There's so many things you can do instead of just going off. It's okay. Nothing's gonna happen. No one's gonna change their mind. No one's gonna do anything. So
let's see what you have behind the door number one, Mr. Yann, for us. So we have at Serie A English full time a comeback win for the champions and Victor Osimhen's return to the pitch.
Guys, comeback wins when you score the first goal and then the other team ties it, and then you score the goal to take the victory. How is that a comeback win? When you didn't come back, you had the lead.
They would have scored first nothing.
Exactly. If Lookman over here, his goal would have been earlier. What is wrong? Like,
it's okay. It's their
and then you guys
language.
want Maurizio Pochettino to come and coach our team? Look at this garbage.
Oh boy. Okay, so Serie A English, learn the proper words, the definition of comeback win. What else do you have under number 2? Again from Serie A. He is him.
What does this mean? Is it because I'm 42 years old and I don't understand lingo anymore? He is him. What does this mean?
Io sono lui. I'm trying to say it in English. What?
Is this a reference to like the rising of Christ? I didn't read my Bible. Sorry, I don't know.
He is risen.
Relating. He is
Jesus?
him.
No.
I am I.
Who?
Who are you? Thank you, Fabio. Who are you? Could we get the Serie A, the person that runs this account? Could we get them on the show?
Who?
I have a feeling that this person over here that runs this account probably donated money to some Nigerian prince because the guy needed money. I'm telling you, this is how lost they. I'm telling, like, who is this person running? He is him.
Him.
Youngest player ever.
Then is him. Him means he's God the goat. He is him.
He is not God the goat. Okay, he had one nice rundown on Milankovic over there, who is like a MLS caliber defender, and now we're gonna call him God. Okay, everyone.
What the?
This is why people hate Milan. What is this?
He is him. Okay. Let's see what else. Number 3. This I don't know if it's gonna beat this too, but number 3. Only taking pure ability into account, if Mike Maignan, the greatest goalkeeper in Milan history, wasn't old enough to watch Rossi, so someone has watched both and like to hear the argument. Donnarumma was and is better at Calcio, at Twitter Calcio. So he's saying that Donnarumma was and is better than Mike Mangione. Donnarumma was good for us, guys. Let's not kid ourselves.
Donnarumma is he's a above average great goalkeeper.
He's fallen down since going to PSG that way, but during his 2-year spell, he was good. Has he been? He's not. Mike Maignan is better than him right now. That's for sure. But I don't get his was and is better. But you know what is? Yann?
Better.
He is him.
He is better. He is him. He is him.
Who is him better? Donnarumma?
Tweaker Calcio over here. I don't know. So
I was old enough to watch
we have to find out who is it. Is it like a company that's running it for them? Is it like a call center that makes tweets? Is it AI? I need answers, man. I need answers because every week there's a few gems that's thrown out there by the Serie A official English account, and I don't get it. I do not get it.
Guys, help
It's
a brother
terrible.
out. Help a
Who is it? Who's running that account?
we
And then people are wondering,
he is running him. He is him. I'm trying like how many likes did this thing get? Why are you cutting those off? I need to see likes and reposts and
Vinny, I don't even follow the account. Look at the top right. It hurts my mind to follow their account. Okay? I have to go search this on a Monday. On a Monday, I go to the bathroom at 10:15. I'm like, okay, let's go prep for the show. Anybody write to me? Did a Zuri fan Phil write anything stupid? Did Sansone write anything stupid? Oh, no one there. Let me go check Lega Serie A. Bang, gold mine every week. There's at least one.
Sansone and Azzurri Phil.
They're fine. I mean, I think AFP got off the roids. He seems to be a bit better. And Sansone he's a joker. So don't take him too seriously.
Maybe Yoda is running the account.
Him is he?
Him is he? Jeez, this has got to be the winner, man. This, I just imagine.
I mean, it's not every day you get a 15-year-old to play in Serie A, right? It's not every day that a club like Milan that had Paolo freaking Maldini start at 16. There's a kid that beats that record. Is he ever gonna? We don't know how good is he gonna be. But for those 15 minutes of fame, you would think you would have something like He Is Him. Maybe you would do a watermark in the background with Maldini looking over, some cheap graphic. I don't know, something.
Nobody's talking about the elephant in the room, but when a guy at the bar is like, he's 15 years old with a mark on his face for going against women violence. What women violence? Like he gets beat up by his mother at 15 years old. But that's a kind of weird, like.
So while we're on it, this kid actually, did you read the story? Like he didn't want Milan to buy tickets for his family or his friends, so he went with his father to Casa Milan the day before the game, and he bought a bunch of tickets for his family and friends himself because he felt that was the right thing. Since he probably figured, I'm not going to be playing the whole game, why am I going to ask for these things? So I thought that was very, very mature, and he's been raised the right way, which is not something you always see these days. So raised the right way and humble, and I think, regardless of being the youngest kid, he scored a lot of goals. I'm excited to see what this kid can do. I don't think he's going to get many more chances, but I'm excited to see what this kid can do.
Do you think he'll see the pitch again?
I do, because Jovic, unfortunately, Fabuz and Giroud is Giroud. He's going to have to take a break every once in a while.
Can you call back Colombo?
But I did see Colombo. I did see, Jovic, when he came on, Jovic, I'm not saying Jovic's a bad guy. They all looked like very happy for the kid. They tweeted to him. They made him seem part of the team. Everyone, Calabria went up to him. It was nice to see. So if it at least gives the team the inspiration to do something for this kid.
Portatele dolce. But more is going to be the panettone.
There you go.
And don't forget, Yann. Miretti.
He's still the one. He is him, and he is the one. You see?
He is him. Okay. So that's what. So look, please, guys, send these gems out in the Twitter world to at Busted. Is it still Busted Culture?
Before you send them to me, scroll into the person's account. They might just be a joke account, guys. Yes, they get you busted. You see,
guys, and nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Presidente almost made it once. What did he say? He compared somebody to Kaká.
Didn't he say? I know I'm gonna. It was something about the Charles de Catalare.
I know
he had the same vibe or something.
I hate comparing, but he's giving me Kaká vibes.
He gave me Doogie Howser vibes. Come on, man. And so did Kaká, but Kaká was incredible.
How's he doing, the Catalare? He scored that first goal.
He got injured.
And everybody was freaking out. Remember? Oh my God! I still think we should have given him a chance, but it is.
I still think we should have maybe tried him in his position. Like Lucas Paqueta, like Andre Silva, like a bunch of guys we give up on. Like,
wait a minute, you buy players and you play them in their positions.
I know, wild, spending all kinds of money. It's like, let me go buy a Lamborghini and then take the Metro to work every day. Like, that's what Milan would do. Let me go buy like a boat and then I'm gonna fly everywhere.
I love my beloved Milan. Oh man, yeah, that's what we do. Maybe that's what Steve is going to try to bring as a change, getting players and making them play in the right.
He's going to make RDP is going to become better because they're all going to play volleyball. That's it. It's over. That's Steve's new plan. That's it. We don't make it in soccer. We're all gonna play volleyball. That's it.
We're gonna make it into volleyball. On that note, guys, stay tuned to the channel. Tomorrow, Coast to Coast is gonna go on. I'm not sure about
Coast to coast.
pre-game chat. I'm not sure about that. We don't like to have like multiple videos on the same day, and I'm stuck going to work because hey, it's still Black Friday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever the fuck day it is tomorrow.
C'est tabarnak mardi. C'est de ça.
Tabarnak mardi en bon français.
Tabarnak mardi demain.
But we will get together on Saturday for the pre-game, always 90 minutes before game time. Yann, tomorrow.
3-1 Milan tomorrow. 3-1 Milan.
3-1 Milan tomorrow. Where are you going to be watching? Can you say it, first of all, live on the YouTube
No,
machine?
I will not be able to say it, but it will be at work. There you go.
We'll just leave it at that. And yes, so guys, if you want to know what time the guys are gonna go on, subscribe, like, hit that notification button, and
Go up at the McDonald's where Gio is gonna be broadcasting live.
He's got the tin foil with on the antennas there to make sure he's got the proper Wi-Fi. Oh, maybe some other thing is gonna pop up. What else does he have to do on his the thumbs up, the thumbs down? Fix your fucking.
It still does that. I don't understand what's going on, guys.
Oh, guys, it's been fun. Thank you for joining us. And on that note, ovunque sempre.
Forza Milan.
Milan, guys. I always forget which good video it is. There we go.